We're live. Yay. Hello, everyone. Hope everyone's having a great week. We're here. It's Monday. We're officially live. Hola. Welcome. Can't believe it, but we made it to another week. Hopefully, I'm sounding good. How's everybody doing? All right. Hello, everyone in the chat. I have a full chat already. I'm going to get to you guys, everyone there, guys, gals, everyone there in between. I love it. Woo! We're going to do some fun tonight. Okay. So just want to make sure if you can hear me, just, give me like a hell yeah or something, or let's make some mayhem tonight. I hope everyone's having a fantastic week. Welcome. I'm your host, DJ. I hope everyone joins and drops some love for each other and support for each other in the chat. Get comfy. We're going to really great episode. We're going to be fabulous. And we're going to talk about gender fluidity and supporting small businesses. I'm here every Monday with a new guest to have individuals come and share their powerful stories. We want to destigmatize and normalize mental health, disability, trauma. This is a place to share our mayhem. We want to create opportunities and connect and be a voice to break those stigmas and encourage acceptance. I always add a trigger warning and encourage to a discretion as we discuss sometimes things that can be difficult or mature in nature. And of course, these are just our opinions, solely our opinions. So thank you to StreamYard for supporting my show tonight. And welcome. I'm so excited. I always enjoy having new folks in the chat, new names, new friends. So welcome, everyone. Please, if you don't, follow me on Twitch. I love my Twitch following. So follow me on Twitch, LinkedIn. Hello, my LinkedIn. And thumbs up if you're on YouTube and subscribe, because I'm always putting out a live every week, it seems. I love doing this stuff. So wherever you're checking in from, I appreciate the support. If I can be any assistance, please reach out. I'm going to say hi to the chat. Oh, I want to say hi to the chat so bad, but I'm going to do something that I've never done before. So let's see how this goes. Okay, I'm going to do a little something that I've gotten into, and I've been wearing some new makeup from this new brand that I just found, and I love their stuff. So it's Arbonne. I don't know if anyone's familiar with Arbonne, but let me go see if I can pull this stuff up, and then I'm just going to talk about it for like a really quick second. Oh, this is so new to me. All right. Yes, I have signed up and I'm working with Arbonne now. So I'm really excited. I've fallen for their products. They empower people to flourish with a sustainable, healthy living. I love sustainable products. They're holistic, they're plant-based, vegan, and cruelty-free. And I'm proud to be, they're a proud certified B Corporation. Highest standards, so for social and environmental performance, public transparency, and legal accountability to balance profit and purpose. So if anyone's interested, I don't know, I'm gonna be digging into this more. I guess I should just go ahead and pull that. So yes, that's it. Isn't that? So let's see how that goes. Okay, so let's get to tonight's guest, who I'm sure loves beauty and fashion as much as I do, and small business. So we're gonna have a really good time tonight in this conversation. I'm so excited to welcome my wonderful guest, RobRoy Chalmers, small business owner, fashion designer, advocate for the LGBTQI community, and brings so much awareness to gender fluidity. Oh God, excuse me, but stylishly. So we're going to get to that. I have put some information in the post on LinkedIn and YouTube. And we're going to get into some definition about what gender fluidity is, but I'm going to go ahead and bring out our guest. So let me jump over here and let's get ready. Let's see. Hey, Rob. Let's see. You're on mute. Let me get you off mute.
There we go. I'm off.
Rob, how are you doing?
Good. How are you? Good.
Welcome.
Hi, everyone.
I'm so glad you're here.
Me too. It's awesome. And I just have to say, so you were talking about Arbonne right before this, and I use their products. So that's super cool. I was like, that's awesome. I use their stuff. It's really cool. Yeah.
Thank you. I'm so excited. I just ran into their stuff and I've been trying to use it, and I really like what they mean, the sustainability. And I know that's something that you represent in your values too. So we'll talk a little bit about that.
Yep.
So important, right? So I'm excited. All right, let's say hi to the chat. This is the fun part. Hi, chat. Okay, let's see who's in the chat. Okay, ALC. What's up? Hi, Philip. LinkedIn. Welcome. Melly. Hi, Melly. Welcome. I'm so glad you're here. And Diana. Hi, Diana from Florida. I'm
Jackie in there. Hi,
yeah,
Jackie.
Jackie, what's going on? It's been a minute. It's been a minute. I missed you. I missed you. Yeah, yeah.
There's a
Everyone's
lot of people. Yeah.
good. Yeah. Hey, Jimmy Jam. What's up, friend? I hope you're feeling better. I missed you last Friday when we didn't have a show. So hopefully this Friday. Say hi to Rob.
I see a whole bunch of names. Philip, I see Philip in there. I see a whole bunch of people that I know. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's so nice. So hopefully we're going to have a lot of support tonight in our conversation. Yeah. We're going to break stigmas. We're going to bring awareness. We're going to encourage acceptance. That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Small businesses need support.
They do. They do.
What about your small business?
Well, it's really small. It's just me.
It's beautiful. It's just me too. I'm a small business. It's just me too.
Yeah, exactly. We're, you know, I think that the thing that is most important about small business is that when you do work with small business, you can actually see how much you affect the livability of someone's world. And you know, I actually just hired a part-time person to help me with production. So you know, it's super cool. I mean, she's only going to be working like 5 hours a week, but you know, 5 hours a week for a, you know, she just graduated from high school. She wants to go to school for fashion. So just like, it's super cool for her, like be working. And so, I mean, I just feel like you can really see how you're helping someone and really feel present in helping someone grow when you support small business. Yeah.
I agree. So that's good. Scaling a little bit, right?
Exactly.
That's a good sign for business. Hi, Juana. Thanks for coming by. She's saying hello. Greet.
Hi, Juana.
So nice. Melly, I appreciate, you know, she does mental health awareness. She likes to talk about her experience, and that's really important. So it's nice to see other people having these conversations out there and really sharing their stories, sharing their viewpoints, their perspectives, and, you know, letting other people like really honor other people and their experiences. And I feel like that really has a lot to do with what we talk about here. What's up, Jennifer? Oh, hey, Brandon.
Hey, Jennifer.
Woo, woo, that's some good support. So it's so nice. And really important when you're really trying to do something for yourself, your business, your name, trying to, you know, establish some credibility. And I know you do some like great work. So your business is related to fashion and you're designing clothing. I know I ordered a shirt and I'm really excited. And it's going to be gray, like a light gray and a dark gray. So it's totally on brand. Totally on brand.
There you go.
And I want a little bit of the pink, the stripe that has like, because it has, you know, matches the lotus, the little pink lotus I use in the logo. So.
Right. Yeah.
But that's
it's like incredible.
Yeah. How'd you start your business? Like, what made you really like take the jump and say, okay, I'm ready to go. Let's start this.
Well, you know, I started this just about the time the pandemic started. So, you know, my thing has always been, okay, I see a cliff over there. I'm going to run as fast as I can and jump off it, even though I don't have a parachute, and just see if I like land or splat. So yeah, in January of last year, I quit my job doing construction and I had a part-time job at a gallery and I was working like 25 hours a week. And I was like, this is perfect. I have enough money to support me for like 6 or 7 months if I'm doing this part-time job. And so I can really get things started. And then of course, you know, February came and all this shit hit the fan. And then I got furloughed in March, and I lost my job. So this so this 6 months worth of money that I had saved up, thinking I was going to have a part-time job, turned into about 2 months worth of money, 3 months worth of money, and then I was on unemployment. But what happened is during that time, I really focused on building this and really kind of like tried to figure out what it was that I wanted to do, did a lot of research, found out a lot of things about myself, a lot of things about what it was that I want from the business. So it was actually a blessing in disguise. It sucked. Don't get me wrong. It sucks. I was broke.
Or being a business
Almost.
owner.
Yeah. What?
It's not the most glamorous thing.
No, it's not. It's not, especially in the very beginning. Like maybe you do get to that point where you're ultra successful and you are doing great things, but in the beginning, like right now, it sucks. It's really hard. And I keep a smile on my face, right? You have to keep a smile on your face. But yeah, it's tough. So
oh, this is so exciting, Christine. Yeah, no, we have Christine here. Hi, Christine. Welcome. And Martin. We have so much support. So much support. Yeah. This is exciting.
Awesome.
Hi, Martin. Yes. So anyways, I mean, this is really, really powerful and it's really important. Small businesses and how hard it is to get started. And then you want to add like intersections of gender fluidity with fashion design. Yep. I mean, that just kind of multiplies the barriers and multiplies, being visible, right? Because there's so much, right? Yeah. And we're here to like get that, like make it more visible, make it more like accept it, awareness.
Yeah, I mean, I think with gender fluidity, which a lot of people don't even really know what it is when I say that, but it basically it means that you kind of feel both. It's your masculine and your feminine, and I'm like right down the middle most of the time. I feel both sides of me, and biologically, my hormones are really close. Like the testosterone level, the estrogen level are really close to one another. Testosterone is a little bit higher than the estrogen, but they're super close. So I feel both really, really, really equally. So sometimes I'll wake up and I feel like, okay, I want to wear pants, and sometimes I'll wake up and I want to wear a dress. But I don't think that those things should be genderized. Pants and dresses, like for me, a dress doesn't feel like feminine. For me, a dress feels sexy, and I like the way I look in a dress because I feel sexy. So
yeah, and I don't like dresses at all. Like I'd rather wear a pair of pants than like something like like I
love dresses. Like I totally love dresses. I love sundresses. But my favorite are gowns. Like I love evening gowns, and I mean mainly because I look fabulous in an evening gown. So, any of you have seen? I do. I really look fabulous in an evening gown. But I do love dresses, and there's just something about them that makes me really happy when I'm in them, or when I see other people in them and they look fantastic.
I agree. Okay, so I'm gonna talk about something here, and I agree. I'm gonna bring up the definition that I had found. Gender fluidity refers to changes in a person's gender expression or identity, or both, and it can be over time.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
So that was according to Harvard Health. So I just wanted to give that. That's what I'm basing the definition off of the conversation. Just informational purposes. Now, I also wanted to talk about what you were referring to, dresses, but this could be like all kinds of things, right? Like nail polish, wearing nail polish, right? We love our nail polish, and I would love to see anybody wearing nail polish. I'm going to compliment you regardless. If you're wearing some like nail polish, right, or some cute makeup, or like I'm doing a compliment. But I know with the stigmas of gender, I like what this gender should wear and that gender should wear. It just makes it very difficult, especially employment, in the office, in businesses.
Yep.
So, it's such an important topic. Go.
Well, I think men especially have a harder time understanding seeing another man in clothes that they assume are for women. And I don't really understand it. And don't get me wrong, like it's not that I don't like men's clothes. I do. I love a great suit, a well-tailored, well-fitting suit looks spectacular. But you should be able to wear that too, with a nice tie and all that, and not have anyone be like, what the fuck, right?
Right, question it and give you stares and make you feel uncomfortable. Like, why?
Yeah, exactly.
Something that's
Exactly.
inappropriate, because it's
Exactly.
not inappropriate.
Yep.
I'm not
Well,
showing anything that's
yeah.
offensive.
It's and even just color is weird. I mean, for instance, when I was in my 20s, when I would wear a suit, I would always wear bright colors. I would have a bright colored tie, and I have a bright color. Yeah, exactly. Pink and silver and gold and all this stuff. And people would look at me funny, like, all that color. I'm like, what is wrong with color? Like, I'm loud and I'm obnoxious and I'm very theatrical. So I like the spotlight on me.
I like
so that's it's just fun.
It is fun. It is fun. And it's just, just saddens me that society just looks down and frowns upon and really discriminates against something that is so, it doesn't even have anything to do with the work or the job or the task at hand.
Exactly.
Your abilities, your skill sets, right?
It doesn't. It doesn't. I remember the first job I ever had the first job that I had in like a retail store. I was 16 years old and I had an earring, and I was told that I couldn't wear the earring because, guys don't wear earrings. So this was 1984. And, I'm old.
Don't you say that.
But
you're young at heart.
I am. I am young at heart. But I remember that as being like the first time that I'd ever been kind of like told that I needed to change the way I look in order to have a job. And at 16 in Northern New York, with a father who was a Marine Corps drill sergeant, I did what I was told, right? I mean, when I came home with an earring, I mean, my dad went through the roof. I mean, he was ballistic at me. But I didn't take it out. I said, nah, I'm leaving it, Dad. You can yell at me all you want, but I'm leaving it. So, and I think that was the beginning. And I know now it sounds really tame, like, oh, a guy with an earring, like every guy in the whole world has an earring now. But then where I lived, I was the only one with an earring, and I might as well have come home in a dress, for Christ's sake. So, that was probably the first time that I got harassment for articles of clothing or decoration on my body that weren't masculine.
So, wow.
Yeah.
And that still happens constantly.
It does. I mean, I think guys now can wear earrings all the time, but the difference between what men wear as earrings now is, small studs, or they have like these little black things, these little black earrings or whatever. But if I were to be wearing red posts with little rubies or something like that, that would come across completely different, and I would get a different kind of look. So,
right. Yeah. It's unfortunate. Yeah. Again, it's so important to have these conversations for that reason alone, right? Build that community and encourage that awareness and acceptance. Acceptance really is always.
I'm totally
trying to get that for individuals to understand, it's like the behavior that to show acceptance, to really be more diverse and show that inclusion and more equity for everyone.
Right. Exactly. And I'm totally willing to take the the hits for people. Like I wear a big target on me. And for me, I kind of feel like, okay, if I've got the target on my back, then they're going to leave alone the people who are still trying to figure out where they come from and who they are and all that. So that's why I go big. And I hope that it takes some of the heat off some of the kids out there who haven't really found themselves yet.
So if anyone so who do you want to reach out to? So if anyone anyone to reach out to you,
and anyone, and one of the things that I want to be able to do on my website is I want to be able to provide a resource for, parents of trans kids. I get a lot of dads sending me private messages saying, hey, my daughter just came to me yesterday and said that she's now my son, or vice.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't know what to do. And I get it. That's a hard thing. Even for me, if my daughter came to me and said, Dad,
oh, breaking up.
I'm not your daughter anymore. I'm your son. I understand that situation. So I can understand, if someone comes from a more conservative space, it might be hard. And I want to be able to provide an outlet for them to talk to, someone who's safe for them to talk to. And I think that a lot of dads out there, they would feel uncomfortable talking to someone who maybe wasn't as middle of the road as I am. Because I can take this thing out of my hair, and I can take the makeup off, and I can put on Carhartts, and I can, watch football with them. Yeah, exactly. And then there's a common ground. There's something common between the two of us that allows them to feel more comfortable. And I don't want to slap them in the face. I don't want to make them feel uncomfortable, because that's going to turn them away. That's going to make them go, I don't want to talk to this guy. But as soon as I've established that common ground between me and them, then I can have a conversation with them, and they become more comfortable with me putting the thing back in my hair and my nail polish and my rings and all that. So I just feel like, if I were to bitch slap them in and bam, you got to do this, it just turns them away. So I don't want to turn people away. I want them to feel comfortable coming to me and talking to me. So.
Good. That's great. And it's true. I appreciate that, because I want to create that safe environment. If people want to reach out for any reason, and I want them to be able to say, hey, of course, or encourage someone else to, hey, you can reach out to DJ, no problem. She'll try to get back to you and help you out. So, all right. So I saw a question in the chat, and I want to address this. And there's some really great comments. I know Martin's really providing a lot of really great comments about people need to conscientiously recognize the social constructs around appearance. So true. And where they originate. And then follow up with a question. Wait, that's another comment. It's key to understanding people's reactions to appearances, social engineering. And then the question, here we go. Is there any level of criticism or pushback that you would ever consider valid? Good question.
I'm not exactly sure that I completely understand the question. Pushback as far as.
Well, you were talking about Carhartt. So if you put on Carhartts to kind of maybe just be a little bit more, fall into the expectance, the profile, the role that individuals have. But then the level of it, or the pushback, and what you consider is valid. So in a sense, that's validity right there. I'm not trying to be flamboyant in your face with my bright colors and my lipstick today, or my dress. But
okay, so the only reason that I feel like that is completely valid is because I spent 20 years of my life in Carhartts doing construction. So it's not like I'm throwing Carhartts on as a tactic. That was my life. I can build a house, and can also make a dress, and I can wear a dress, and I can wear a suit, and I like both. I'm not. Uh, let's see, like.
Ooh. Oh, it just
Like,
said particular outfits for particular occasions.
how do you tell the difference?
Maybe that's a designer question, thinking of it from a designer perspective, or
Yeah. Okay. So I'll just tell a real quick story because I think it's going to answer the question. So and this is a story that I've told a couple times. So for those of you who've heard it before, my apologies. I was in a thrift store with my daughter, and I was dressed in kind of more gender fluid clothes, but it wasn't like super over the top. And there was this guy in this thrift store with his daughter, about the same age as my daughter. He was definitely a construction dude, like wearing a plumber company t-shirt, not overalls, but suspenders, pants, big guy. And he was giving me the look that I know so well, like, I don't like you. I don't want you in the world, that kind of look. But so we end up in the line together, me and my daughter, and him and his daughter, and they're right in front of us. And he and his daughter are talking, and she finally just says, "Dad, just say it." And I'm like, "Fuck." What's he gonna say? So he turns around, he looks at me, and he's like, "I love how confident you are with the way you dress." And he said, it's fantastic. And and I was like, whoa, that's not what I expected at all.
Yeah.
And my daughter starts crying, and his daughter starts crying, and he's like, you really showed me something that gave me insight into my daughter and what she keeps talking to me about, and that who you are doesn't have anything to do with the clothes you're wearing. It just has to do with the way you carry yourself and the way you think about yourself. And
right.
He's like, you're here with your daughter, and you're shopping with her, and I'm here with my daughter, and I'm shopping with her, and I totally respect another dad, and you're being a good dad. So I mean, for me, but I wasn't completely over the top. Like, I had heels on, and I was wearing skinny jeans, and I had a men's shirt on, and it was like really a weird combination of clothing. But I think that if I had been way over, like if I'd been in a dress, he wouldn't have been able to make that connection. So that's what I mean. I hope that makes sense. Like, I just feel like we have to be able to give people a pathway to see what we're talking about. Because if you're too far over to one side, then they just kind of dismiss you. So middle ground.
And I think that's good. I mean, that's very valid from an advocate standpoint. You want to meet people where they're at too.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. And that doesn't change the fact, like, when I go out in drag, I'm in drag. There's no, I am bling, I am glitter, I've got a freaking wig this big, I'm wearing 10-inch, pumps. I'm off my rocker when I'm in drag. But I don't go out in drag all the time. I mean, it takes 6 hours to get into drag.
Right, like good drag, like, yeah.
Well, I mean, come on, you got to turn this face into a pretty face, so there's a lot going on there.
Oh, that's fun. Let's not talk about makeup and stuff. That sounds so
Why not? Yeah. I love makeup.
No, but that's really good. And it just goes a lot to, like at night, and maybe when you're going to like an environment that's more geared towards the festivities. But unfortunately, during the day, those eyeballs, those stares, they can get really
obnoxious. But so here's the funny thing about the stairs is that sometimes it's weirder, like to be dressed in men's clothes wearing heels than it is to be dressed in a skirt and fishnets and heels. You know, like you get weirder looks when you're wearing men's jeans, men cut jeans, and a t-shirt and heels. And I don't know. I don't know why that is. Other than I think that maybe people just kind of like, it's more that dismissive thing. I think when you're wearing a skirt and fishnets and heels, they think, oh, he's just one of them. And
then it's just easy to
right, yeah, they just kind of dismiss you altogether. But if you're wearing like, because I've gone out in Carhartts and heels, and the looks that I get are, I mean, they're crazier than some of the looks that I've gotten when I've been out in drag. It's really like, especially if the Carhartts that I'm wearing are like, you know, are really beaten up and old. And guys, try this. Like anyone who's listening who's got an old pair of Carhartts, find a pair of pumps and wear them out with your Carhartts and see what kind of looks you get. I guarantee you there's going to be some really crazy looks.
Yeah, because again, that stereotype of both. There's a stereotype associated with this item. There's a stereotype associated with this item, and then it's like smashing, colliding, two very like opposing, items that you wouldn't normally naturally pair.
You wouldn't normally see. Now, and also you could do the opposite. You can go out in like a nice evening gown and a pair of old work boots too. Now that'll turn heads as well.
I mean, you can wear Doc Martens, and that's a boot. Yeah. Okay, you got your, and that's fashionable when you wear your Doc Martens.
It is.
Or you wear like a blazer. If you wear like a blazer or a jacket.
Yep.
Right. Yeah. Add a tie to it as a female, then the eyeballs start like, what?
Right. Exactly. It's funny. It's funny for women. Like if you go out with a button-down shirt and a jacket, yeah, exactly. That's no big deal. Button-down shirt, jacket. But as soon as a woman puts on a tie, all of a sudden it becomes this other thing, and you know it's. So it's really strange. I did this photo shoot. Some of you have probably seen it. The photo shoot of me in that sequin evening dress. And the photographer, like during one of the shoots, the photographer was like, oh, got a nip slip there. You know, you got to pull that in. And I just thought it was funny because all of a sudden my nipple was sexualized because I was in a dress. If I had been modeling swimwear, I would have had my top off and there wouldn't have been even a second thought about my nipples showing. But because I was in a dress, all of a sudden, like it turns this into a sexual thing. So I've been really starting to think about, you know, how clothing is genderized and like where that comes from and why it's there and how to try and stop that from being an issue.
Yeah, that would really validate business and being a gender fluid designer, really incorporating how to break that through the clothing and what you're tailoring or making or constructing.
Yeah, totally. I'm just gonna look at a couple.
Let me see. Chat, what's up? FSI 911. Shit, do your own thing. It kills me. Why can't women wear a skirt and broche? I hope I said that right. Let me know. With the guys button down in a blazer, right? But a guy gets stares when he wears stilts and jeans. So yeah.
Yeah, I know it's weird, and you know, it's funny because people.
Nipples in a dress. Go, Jen. And she hadn't made a comment about she can't even wear heels. So kudos to you.
I can wear some heels. I can rock like 10-inch platforms. I love it too, because then like between that and my 16-inch wig, I'm like almost 8 feet tall. So yeah, it's weird because I always get, whenever I talk about this, people are always like, oh, you should just be you, you know, and not worry about it. Like, I'm not. I'm not worried about what people think. I'm talking about it because I want people to not worry about it, right? Like, it's not me. Like, I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks about me. Honestly,
it's not me. It's not you. It's
yeah,
it's
I'm
projecting.
yeah, I do whatever I want, and people throw shade at me, people throw hate at me. Like, I get shit all the time on LinkedIn and Instagram and Facebook all the time. I just don't care. Look, you can say whatever the fuck you want to me. It's never going to be worse than the stuff that has happened to me in person. So, if you don't kill me, I've had worse. So, I'm not worried about what people think about me. I talk about this to try and help other people, believe in themselves and understand that it's okay for them to do that. So
you need an award. Thank you, Martin. That's great.
you know how hard it is to get that freaking thing to stay put. It's like
I don't. I'm like low maintenance when it comes to hair. So that's so great. Oh, hey, what's up, Nathan?
Hey, Nathan.
Thanks for stopping by.
Yes, thank you.
I wanted to go back to the business aspect of it. I was having some thoughts when you were talking, and now the thoughts came and went. Sorry about that.
No problem.
But I just want to go back to like your business and then really like persevering through like this difficult time. And again, that intersection of the gender fluidity and the customer base and who you're trying to reach out to and make your clothing more accessible and visible for.
It's funny. When I first started thinking about this, my main thing was I wanted to start making clothing for the trans community to help them feel more comfortable in the gender that they were, right? Because if you're born a man but know that you're a woman, you don't have hips. Right. So, and as the hormones are taking effect and all that, and your body fat ratio starts to shift and change, it takes a bunch of years for things to happen. So until that happens, I want to make clothes that let you have hips, even though you maybe don't. Right. And so 3-4 years down the road, when all the hormones have kicked in and everything's changed, then you don't need that stuff anymore. So, as a drag queen, I have to do that. I have to make padding. I have to do all this kind of shapewear stuff. So I was like, why don't I just do this? Why don't I just build this into the clothing? So that's kind of where it all started. Was I wanted to provide a solution for that community, and and then for trans men, I wanted to make like shapewear that kind of made them feel more boxy, and remove the curves that they might have until the testosterone started shifting things around in their bodies. Because I feel like there's a lot of like Old Navy and Target and all that, they have this stuff that they basically just rebranded their unisex stuff and said, look, we've got stuff for the trans community. It's gender free, it's gender neutral. Now, you've rebranded your unisex stuff, and you're using that as a way to placate a community that you don't fucking understand. You don't even really want to try to understand. So fuck you with your stupid bullshit, ugly colors. You are not celebrating these people. You are trying to just like sweep them under the rug with something that you made a long time ago. So for me, I want them to be able to celebrate who they are and feel good about doing it, rather than just put on some gray thing and try and hide
something forced to be fit that mold.
Exactly.
Another mold.
Yeah, exactly. And I know that there's like a lot of teenagers, like a lot of kids my daughter's age, they seem to really like this kind of baggy, gray, drab look. And I'm like, what the fuck? Put some color on, and that's another thing. I just feel like mental health wise, this obsession with gray drab. I'm just like, I don't understand it because I like color.
I love color.
Yeah. So I want to make color.
But I feel color is so expressive. It's artistic. Color is gender neutral. Color doesn't know gender, right?
Right.
You know?
Exactly. And I like pink. I like blue. I like purple, lavender, yellow.
All colors are just pretty. I have my favorites.
Yeah. Now, I mean, some colors,
and they're not purple. My favorite colors are not pink and purple. They're actually green and blue.
Yeah, so. See, and I can't wear green. Like, the green just doesn't look good on me.
In between blue and green in that tealy color.
Yeah, I like blue, and I like pink, and I like lavender and all that. But like green, I can't really wear. I can wear yellow sometimes, but not always. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, Martin's part of the gray drab crew.
I
don't call it gray, but I'll call it silver. So let's call it silver.
If you like gray and drab, that's good. I just don't want you to wear gray and drab because you feel like you need to hide behind it.
I will say I don't say gray hair. I don't like the word gray.
Silver. You don't have gray hair. You
have
silver hair.
Platinum, baby.
Silver hair. Yeah, I had silver hair too.
Silver platinum. Don't call it gray.
Yeah, platinum. Platinum's awesome. My hairdresser says, I have people that come to me and they will spend $300-$400 to get the color that your hair is naturally. So shut the fuck up.
No color. What about no color?
Oh, I'm a huge fan of red and blue for my nails. Somebody says no color. Who is FSL 911?
Show yourself, FSI.
Yeah, who is that? No color.
Who is that? It's so soothing. Okay, it is soothing.
That's true.
Find it super soothing in those colors, right? And between.
Well, and I know that some people like the bland colors because it's just easier, right? So it's easier because you don't really have to think about what you're going to do in the morning when you put your clothes on. I change my clothes 3 or 4 times a day. So I'm always thinking about what I'm going to do with my clothes. But I get it. Like some people don't want to think about that.
Yeah, I can't change that much. Thank you, Melly, for your comment. Teens want to look invisible because of self-confidence issues, at least for her.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. But I think that part of that reason, and I'm just going based off my daughter and her friends. Yeah. I think part of that reason is because of the stigmas that have been created surrounding color in clothing. Because when I was a teen, I hid behind my clothes, but my clothes were loud and obnoxious. Right. Okay. I wanted to dress like Simon Le Bon. I wanted to be out and loud, but that was a hiding technique too. Because it was easy for me to shed the hate that I would get for the clothing that I wore, because it took away from them being mean to me because of other things. I don't know if that makes sense.
It makes sense to me.
Yeah.
It makes sense to me, so I understand.
Because in high school, everyone in high school thought I was gay, and in high school, I didn't really realize my sexuality. I'm bisexual, so but I didn't really understand that in high school. And it wasn't until, like maybe 10 years out of high school until I really understood it. So, by wearing loud clothes, they would pick on me for that. And they kind of forgot about the whole thing. Oh, let's pick on him because he's gay. So it was just easier for me because I would be like, hey, I'm just dressed like Duran Duran,
Right.
So.
Society just, again, they impose and you have to hide and you have to find ways to kind of just survive and stay safe. Safety is so important.
Yeah, totally.
And I know clothing have to really contribute to that. That's got to be another contributing factor to the clothing, right? And that feeling of safety.
Oh, totally. And I still hide behind my clothes, even though they're loud and obnoxious, and everybody looks at me. That's still a form of hiding. I get it. I do. I understand. I just want people to get to the point where, like, they stop caring what I'm wearing or what you're wearing or what anyone's wearing.
Really, anyone's wearing. It's a
Yeah.
It
Exactly.
doesn't affect the business. It doesn't affect the work. It doesn't affect the performance.
Right. Exactly. Now, I can understand. So if you're in an office and if I was in an office and I was walking in a micro skirt that was extremely revealing, and maybe like a tube top or something, and be like, okay, yeah, I get it. Like that
wouldn't be appropriate in any case.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. But if I'm walking in the same dress that someone, like a pantsuit or the same dress that women in human resources are wearing or whatever, like it shouldn't be an issue. Not that I would ever wear that. Like polyester, no.
Polyester.
No, polyester. But you understand what I'm saying. It's like it shouldn't be an issue. And if you want to go to work with a tie on, now I don't suggest string ties. Like, I'm not a fan. I mean, if you're wearing clothes that I just think are ugly, I will call you out on that. But yeah, totally. Like,
totally
if you're wearing ugly guy clothes, then yeah, I'm gonna call you out on that. Like, I hate plaid. I hate plaid. Hate it.
Oh no.
So, but I know that some people love plaid, and whatever. Some people can wear plaid really well. I can't. I don't want to wear it. My mom made me wear it. I'm not wearing it anymore. So.
More plaid for you. That's fine. You won't see no plaid in your collections.
Yeah, no. Well, no, and I have. Somebody asked me to do something in plaid. I was like, okay, all right, I'll do it. But then somebody did ask me to do something that I thought was really ugly, and I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that because I don't want my name on something that I can at least stand behind somehow. And so, I want people to be happy with what I produce for them. Mm-hmm. But if it's going to compromise my brand and who I am, then I don't want to do that. And that's not a dig on them, like, because everyone has their taste. But I can't in good conscience make something that just really doesn't go in with my brand. So.
Right. I want to talk about that because you had that packaging you use. That packaging you started using when you're shipping your clothing.
Yeah. So I have two forms of packaging. You can go with a biodegradable shipping bag. And those of you who follow me on LinkedIn may have followed the whole thing about what happened. So there's a reason why I have two things now. So I was super excited about finding these biodegradable shipping bags. And then I got called out by a packaging expert who he's become an awesome resource. I can't remember his name, but he's on my list. He said, those things don't work for compost. One, a lot of places don't do compost in their recycling centers or their garbage centers, and it requires a lot more heat, so it requires more time for the thing to break down, so it doesn't work in some composting issues. But the bags that I have from No Issue work for home composting, so you can throw them in home composting. So what I've done is I now have two options. You can get one of the compostable bags. So if you do home composting, you can get that. And if not, then I have a recyclable paper bag, which I've been told by all of the packaging experts that that's the best way to go, is recycled paperboard for shipping. So there's two options there. So, and that was one of the things. It was like, I'm totally willing to listen. Like if somebody calls me out on my thing, I'm willing to listen. I'm not always going to agree with you because you might be wrong, but this guy was right. And he gave me a whole slew of information about it. And I was like, okay, I'm going to do 2 forms packaging.
And I think that's like a wonderful example again of like someone bringing awareness to you and the acceptance behind it, right? Not being offended, not getting all upset and mad.
Right.
And that's exactly what, we want to really advocate for in these conversations. So that's a like really great example when it comes to something like that. It's in your practice, in your daily practices.
Yeah. No, and I think that we should all translate that, and because I know that some people will get really, really defensive very, very quickly about like, oh, you're not standing behind me 100% on this particular thing, so fuck you. I'm just gonna ditch you. You're done. And like that doesn't do you any good. It doesn't do them any good. It doesn't do your clientele any good. It doesn't do your business any good. And personally, it doesn't do you any good. So we all have to be able to find a way to communicate, or what's the point of even trying to better society somehow? We can go down the road that we had for 4 fucking years with some asshole just saying shit to say shit, and everybody just like, getting mad, or we can actually start talking to each other again. And that's what I'm like, okay, let's talk to each other.
I agree. Yeah. Let's have those fucking conversations.
I know. Let's have the fucking conversation.
Have the fucking conversation. And then Gabe's like, I wear plaid underwear. And then when I choose to wear underwear.
I know. Gabe always has to bring up underwear. There's just no.
The joke. That is amazing. I know.
I don't want people to be mad. I don't want people to be mad that I don't like plaid. It's not that I'm not trying to insult your love of plaid. I'm just saying I don't like it.
All right, we can go to the neons. What do you think of neons?
I love neon. I mean, not all of it, but
hammer pants. I love that.
Jamma pants, yeah. Jamma pants are fun.
Yes.
Unless they're plaid.
Yeah, all right. We're getting all up into this stuff. This is good stuff. I just
growing up. What was the growing up in the 80s? I didn't see the full growing up in. Oh yeah, I know. Growing up in the 80s, like Duran and Prince, and I mean, it was David Bowie, and there's so much going on. So
the louder you are, the more people misunderstand the meaning.
I can see how that's true. I mean, because unless you're, I can totally see, because they're not. And again, that gets back to the point that I made earlier. You're so loud that they can't find a way in. They can't find that one piece of common ground between you and them. Like when I'm in drag, I am a total zoo animal, right? So people, my drag persona is obnoxious and loud and crazy.
No
but people love that. I mean, they love it. But I'm totally untouchable. Like you take pictures of me, you watch me on stage, but there's no touching me whatsoever.
Right. No.
Unless you're my little helper who carries everything around for me and takes care of everything for me.
Yeah, that's fun. Okay, Prince. Reference to Prince. Here come the references. The Cure. I love the
Right.
Cure. I love Depeche Mode. We can go on and on. We can.
Exactly.
Unfortunately, we're gonna have to start wrapping up the show, Christine. We're like almost at an hour. I know this.
Really? Are we already?
Yes, Spirit Siblings. This is so nice. Soul Sisters. What's up?
Yeah.
So, okay. Well, yeah, I'm going to go ahead. We're going to go ahead and start plugging in your website.
Okay.
You're so fabulous. So let me see if I can get this prepared here. It's RobRoySW.com, right?
Yep, that's it. RobRoySW.com.
All right. Copy.
And everyone always asks me this. SW stands for Siren, which is my drag persona name.
Oh, well, there we go. A little meaning behind that. That's nice. All right, let me see if I can go ahead and put that in the chat. LinkedIn, I'm going to have to throw it into your chat as well. Hold on, let me see.
For Siren, which is my...
All right. There we go. I just wanted to make sure I got that out. So we got that out to Twitch and YouTube, and hopefully LinkedIn got the link there. I don't know. I can't tell. Is it stuck? Oh, well. So that's good. I'm really excited. I want to get my t-shirt. Hopefully, I'll be able to take a nice photo and I'll share that.
Totally.
And again, it's platinum, silver for me, please.
Yeah, and I invite anyone who's on here who I didn't actually get to talk to in the chat. Hit me up on LinkedIn or my Instagram or whatever, and if whatever you want to talk about, I'm happy to talk about stuff. So
it's great. It's important to build that community, have that openness, and allow and invite. Send the invitations out like that. Be warm. I like to send out invitations. So come on in. Come on in.
Yeah.
I appreciate the conversation. It's been so amazing about small business ownership and a lot of the understanding behind the fashion and the gender fluidity, and really that providing visibility to that. So thank you.
This was great. I so appreciate it. I was really looking forward to this, and so glad that we did this. It's awesome.
Oh, Christine. Thank you, Christine. She found it.
Thank you, Christine. Yes.
I hope I got it in there, but okay. Well, I guess we're going to wrap it up. Is there any final comments that you want to go back to, you want to reflect on, that we loose ends from the conversation?
No, I don't think so, but I do. Yeah, I do just want everyone to make sure, like, if you feel like I didn't answer a question that you popped up in the chat, hit me up on LinkedIn or wherever, or, if you don't know me, if you're not connected with me on LinkedIn, send it to DJ so that, she can get it to me. And I'm happy to answer the question. Even if it's like, why the fuck do you hate plaid? Okay, I'll tell you.
Right.
My mom made me wear plaid.
Right. Yeah, that's totally valid. Thank you, Martin. It did feel like 5 minutes.
I know, it did feel like 5 minutes. Yeah. I was worried there. Yeah, exactly. We definitely connect.
Community. Keep the conversation going and fluid. Keep that.
It's all fluid. Everything's fluid.
I know. I love it. Okay, my friend. I guess we're going to wrap it up. We're going to say our final goodbyes. Let me see. I'm going to go ahead and pull out my outro. And I guess that's it. I think I put in how everyone can get a hold of you. LinkedIn, Instagram.
Yep.
And then you have your website where anyone can go and check out and order.
Yep, exactly. Order. One last thing about it. So June, almost half of my income in June came from sales of product. That's the first month that I've had a significant percentage of my income come from sales and products. So I'm super excited. I would love to double that in July. So
support that small business.
Yes, support that small business. Yeah.
All right. Well, let's
All right.
say goodbyes. Thank you so much, everyone.
Bye. Thank you. Thank
Bye.
you. All right. Thanks.